Moses, the black man, when he wrote to the Israelites the words that God gave to him, okay? So go back to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God is telling us, if we do not listen to his word, pay attention. You listen? All right, got it, pay attention. Ain't nobody gonna be nothing. You're gonna be all right, okay? Read it again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So God said if we don't observe to do all his commandments, you know any commandments? You don't know none. All right.
I'm not in the church.
Okay, that's a good thing because in the church they lie to you. Because in the church they make you think that Jesus Christ is a white man, right? But in the Bible that's not it. So read it again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Raymond, God said if we don't listen to his commandments, curse is going to be put on us as a people. Now, if you look at the black people, Hispanic people, Native American people, do it seem like we're blessed or cursed as a people?
I feel like we're both. I feel like both.
Why you say both?
But it's like we're the people who are blessed.
Okay, but that's...
There's a lot going on
within
our society.
Right.
And that kind of makes it seem like we are.
It seems like, okay.
It's like both.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Well, I'm going to let you decide. We don't read out the Bible, and we're going to go through some of the cursing. You decide if it's a blessing or not, okay? All right, we will.
Verse 16. Curse shall thou be in the city.
So, let's think about it. If you go, you from New Orleans? Where you from?
I've been living here for a while.
So, okay, say if I want to go to California, right? And I want to find the black people in California. Where are they going to be living at? In the hood. Is that a blessing or a curse? And if I go to New York and I want to find the black people, where they going to be at?
Probably in like the
They're going to be in the hood. So that's a blessing or a curse to you. That's a curse because what's going on in the...
They don't deserve that.
They don't, but what's going on in the hood though? They got guns, what else? Violence, crime, drugs, all them different type of things are going on in the hood. That's a curse that was put upon the Israelites because they did not want to keep God's commandments, okay? Read on.
And curse shall thou be in the field.
Now you just think about it. You ever watch the movie Roots before?
Oh, wait, no.
What about 12 Years a Slave? You never watched any slave movies?
Isn't that like that long?
It's a long movie. That's when Kunta Kinte got his leg cut off. You seen that, right? So read it again.
Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field.
So during that time, the slavery, like Kunta Kinte, what was they doing at that time? They was in the field.
Yeah, they were trying to escape, right?
They was trying to escape. What was they trying to escape? The master, right? The hard bondage we are, right? Because during that time when we was in the fields, we was picking cotton. You just look at the signs we got right here. This is the time we was cursed in the field. When we was picking cotton, all these different type of crops and slavery, okay? That's not a blessing at all. That's a curse upon our people. Even to the day, for a black person to get a good job, is it easy? No. So it's not easy. They make it hard for us. We get all the education we need, and they'll move the goalposts a little bit further back before we still can achieve what we want. That's being cursed in the field today, in the job field. Back then, we was cursed in the cotton fields, in the sugarcane fields, okay? Give me verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So pay close attention. God said we're going to serve who? Read it again. Gotta listen, man.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God said the Israelites are going to serve who? But God called it the enemies, right? The enemies. Okay, read on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Now, why did God send enemies against us? We didn't keep his commandments. Let's think about it. God is our Father, right? Okay, now imagine your Father. If you were disobedient to him, what would he do to you? you get in trouble. It's the same way with God. We're God's children, so we was disobedient to his commandments. So now he had to punish us for the wrong that we was doing, okay? So read it again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So Raina, when you hungry, you want something to eat, where you go get your food from? You cook it, all right, you cook it at home. But both, you go to the grocery store. What grocery store you like going to? Whole Foods. Who owns the Whole Foods franchise? What race of people? White people. Now, you think about Brothers Chicken. They got Brothers Chickens all over the city of New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
What race of people owns the Brothers Chicken in New Orleans? They are the Arabs, right? So are those our people? No. So God said you got to go to who to get your food from? Your enemies, the other nations, okay? Read on.
And in thirst.
Now, when you want some water, you look at that bottle, what type of water you drink? Spring. Who produces the spring water to get in them stores where you can buy it and drink it? What race of people is doing that? The white people doing it. Read on. The Caucasians, right? Read on.
And in nakedness.
If you want clothing, all the clothes we buy, we do not own the companies that produce the fabric for these clothes, okay? Read on.
And in want of all things.
So anything you want. Who decides what the kids want to learn in school? The teachers, right? But it's a curriculum they got to go by. Who creates the curriculum? They say the Caucasians, right? So God is showing us everything that we want. We got to go to our enemies for. You want an education. You want a driver license. You want a birth certificate. Everything, okay? Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And God said your enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. Now look at the signs. What race of people had a yoke of iron on their neck? Who that happened to? That happened to us. So what is that showing us out of this Bible? That we're what? We God's chosen people. All this stuff happened to the Israelites. Now remember what I told you at first. Before our name was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so forth and so on. When we got on this side of the world, our names changed. Why? Because they want us to disconnect us from who we truly are. That's why God gave us this Bible so we can go into it and read it and understand what happened to us and what we got to do as a people, okay? Now I'm going to show you some more. Give me verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Now remember, when we was in Egypt before, what was the Israelites doing? They were what? They weren't invading us. When we was in Egypt, we were slaves. You ever seen the movie The Ten Commandments before? Man, you don't watch that. What you be doing? You don't watch TV? All right, I'm going to show you. Give me Exodus 22. I don't blame you for not watching some of this stuff because there's a lot of lies in the book. Yeah, some of it is history, okay? All right. So Exodus 22, it's going to explain to you what's going on in Egypt, all right? Read it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So if you're in bondage, you is in what? Like slavery. So Egypt is just another word for a place of bondage or slavery, okay? You understand? All right, now verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now he said, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again. This is after they left out of Egypt. He said, I'm going to bring you back again. But how?
With ships.
Now what race of people went into slavery on slave ships? We did. We got the signs right here. They packed us in there like sardines, stacked on top of each other. That's what that is right there. That's what the sign is showing. But the boat right there, right? Okay, read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning we shall not see our homeland no more again. This is not originally our homeland. Now our brothers, like you talk about the Native Americans, the tribe of Gad and Reuben, they were here already, but originally they was not here. They came over here at a certain period of time. Okay, read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So when we got out the slave ship, what happened to us? So, matter of fact, on Canal Street, you know that was one of the main slave ports right there? They sold a lot of us right there on Canal Street.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. That's why you need to stay and learn a little bit more. Read on.
For bondmen and bondwomen,
So we were sold into slavery for bondmen and bondwomen. Read on.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man was going to be able to save us. Behind a lot of people try to raise it. Like you said in school, they taught you about Martin Luther King, maybe a little bit about Malcolm X and Harry Tubman, right? What did they try to do for their people? They try to free us. Did they succeed? A little.
But then
Now just think about it. We still suffering as a people. We're not truly freed as a people. We still got it under their suggestion for a lot of things. Remember, if you still want your food, where you going to? Your enemies. If you hungry, where you going to? Your enemies, right? Unless you grow your own. But where you get the seeds from? You see, everything results that you got to go to them. And that's a curse that was put upon us, okay? So read it again.
I gotta go.
I'm going to show you. Before you leave, give me Deuteronomy 20:25. Because the reason why all this happened, I'm going to read one more to you. I'm going to let you go, all right? So the reason why all this happened to us because we did what? We didn't listen. We broke God's commandments. So in order to get out of this situation, what you think we need to do?
Listen.
We need to listen. All right, so I'm going to give you a commandment. Because remember, we broke the commandments and we got put in slavery. Now I'm going to give you a commandment that can help you out as a person right now, okay? Read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman
So who we talking to, Ron? The woman, all right?
shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So God has a dress code for a man and for a woman. And he just said the woman not supposed to wear that which pertaineth to a man, right? So what do men and women both wear that a woman should not have on? You can't think of it? I'm going to read it again for you. We're going to see.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Now, what do we all have on right now that you have on? Pants. So the Bible says the woman should not wear.
Wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
The woman's not supposed to wear that pertaining to a man. We don't.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now, Rainer, do you think it's okay for a man to walk around in a dress? No. So if that's not okay, you think it's okay for a woman to walk around with pants on? Because we sin, we got put into slavery, right? So you think about it. If I got somebody that I'm an enemy with, right? I got a problem with this person. I want to try to find their weakness, right? And use their weakness against them to stay on top, right? Okay, that's the same thing the white man and all the other people done to us. They knew what our weakness was, and our weakness is sin. As long as we're sinning, they're going to remain on the top, okay? I'm going to show you.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So the people he's talking about are the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those are God's chosen people. He said if it be any error in these people, meaning if we're in sin, read on.
And they sin against their God. Let us consider that this shall be their rule.
So they understood if we're in sin, it's going to ruin us.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And